Hi everyone, Dr. Larson here. This video, I wanted to give you the big picture on what it takes to heal in the 20th century, 21st century, 2017 I should say. So, insert your problem right here and look at the level of complexity that it takes to actually heal your body. I liken this to working on cars. I've always been kind of an auto mechanic, worked on cars my whole life. Consider a car from the 1960s, 1970s, even earlier, and the level of complexity was much, much less. Now consider one of today's cars. You know, a 2000, 2010, 2017 vehicle, all the electronics in there. And everything that you have to go through to diagnose the right problem, you have to have the right tools, equipment. It's much, much different today. In some ways it's easier. And in some ways it's much more difficult, especially for the average person who doesn't have all that complex training and computers and different things with the whole car. Same thing in your body. So insert your problem here. It could be chronic fatigue. It could be fibromyalgia. It could be low thyroid. It could be high thyroid. It could be migraines. It could be bowel disturbances, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, gas, heartburn, anxiety, depression, brain fog. You name it, put your condition, your problem right here. And this is the web that your doctor has to think from. This entire process to put the whole thing together. So it's called the web of physiologic dysfunction because this is what goes wrong with people, all these different things. So backing out a little bit, we have your problem. Now in the yellow boxes, we see blood sugar imbalances. We have adrenal dysfunction. We have gut dysfunction, thyroid dysfunction, hormone imbalances, liver dysfunction, immune system imbalance, brain and neurotransmitter dysfunction, and cellular dysfunction. All of these, you can see there's arrows from each one of them going to your problem because they interplay all together. You can't isolate these things. Your thyroid and your adrenals work hand in hand. Your gut and your thyroid works hand in hand. You see this blue arrow right here. It's got arrows on both sides. It works both ways. You can't just look at one little hyper-focused area. You have to look at the whole picture. So if we blow it up a little bit, I know it's kind of blurry, and this is the top left corner. So we see with blood sugar imbalances, insulin resistance, leptin resistance, weakness and fatigue, dehydration, poor sleep, hypoglycemia, nutrient deficiency. All these things are impacted by blood sugar. Adrenal dysfunction, poor recovery, dehydration, decrease in immunity. I suffered from that when I was a kid. I had adrenal dysfunction for sure. Numerous reasons why, but I suffered from poor recovery and also decreased immunity. We have decrease in hydrochloric acid, so how your gut interacts and how that impacts your adrenals and everything else. Inflammation, nutrient deficiency. We move over. Now we have the gut. We have increase in infections, decrease in enzymes, dysbiosis, so an altered microbial balance in your GI system. Leaky gut. Well, leaky gut leads to food allergies. Leaky gut then can come around and realistically go around and have adrenal impact, blood sugar impact. It's all connected. Thyroid. We have T4 to T3 conversion. I have videos on this. Low TSH, gut conversion, receptor sites, binding proteins, increase in testosterone for women, right? It all impacts. Hormone imbalances. We have poor muscle gain, inflammation, cardiovascular disease. We move over here, liver dysfunction. A lot of people have this. Even if your blood tests don't show super high liver markers, that's more of an end stage thing. Okay, not the end stage, but it's further down the road. There's other things that we have to look at besides just a blood test. So decreased glutathione, hard word to say. It's your body's #1 antioxidant. A decreased phase 2 and a decreased phase 1. This is how your liver processes poisons, how it processes toxins. Decreased thyroid conversions, that T4 to T3 conversion from an inactive thyroid hormone to an active one, part of it takes place in the liver. So if you have liver dysfunction, you're impacting the thyroid, which was up here in the corner. Immune system imbalance, autoimmune diseases, food sensitivities, prone to infection. We move over, here's the brain. Sympathetic dominance, being in that fight or flight state all the time, where your body is just like this, even if you don't know it, even if you feel relaxed. I used to have equipment in the office that measured sympathetic and parasympathetic and how your brain waves were doing. Astonishing to me how many people were locked in sympathetic dominance, or you could actually say a shortage of parasympathetic. So the other way around, there wasn't enough parasympathetic in there. All right, these are the two balancing halves of the nervous system. Look for a video on that. Cravings, neurodegeneration. We move to cellular dysfunction. Now this one impacts everything. And in order to heal in the 21st century, again, not the 20th century, 21st century, we have to look at cellular function. And it's one reason why we do a good job of getting people well, is because we look here. DNA damage, oxidative stress, so free radicals that are in the body, fatigue, low AT production. We're seeing something now that never used to happen. It's called collapsed mitochondria syndrome, where the mitochondria, the energy factories inside every single cell, are losing their ability to make ATP, which is your body's energy, which is your cell's energy. It's called collapsed mitochondria. Fatty acid imbalance. So the last one here is we look at mind-body issues as well, and this one is huge. Again, I'm not going into detail on all of these, but just showing you the big picture here. Self-sabotage. You see, I can usually tell when someone's coming towards me or contacting me through email, or if I'm talking with them on the phone, they're a potential patient, if they're going to self-sabotage themselves, because this is huge. If you always have an anchor behind you, like if you're just pulling this anchor, you're going to self-sabotage unhealthy beliefs as well. So if you really don't believe that your body can heal and repair, that it wasn't destined for greatness, that you're supposed to just degrade and dysfunction as you hit age 40, 45, 50, 60, right? I meet a lot of these people that just believe that, oh, it's just aging, it's a natural aging process. If that's your true belief, I hope that by watching my videos, going to my website, you start to rewire some of those beliefs, because it isn't true. We have a capacity for much higher function than we are currently using right now for a much longer age or time frame. So unhealthy beliefs is huge. And again, drlarson.com is my website. If you're enjoying these videos, you can check out my website as well, my blog. If you're interested in becoming a patient, that's where you go. We just set up a phone consultation with you first. But that's the web of physiological dysfunction. Very complicated, but that's the big picture of what you need, of how you need to be thinking in the 21st century if you're going to correct some of your problems. That big purple thing that we had up there. Insert your problem. It doesn't matter what it is. The fundamentals are the same for everyone. Again, I'm Dr. Brent Larson, and I'll see you again soon.